Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and we are back with another RTA fight of the night. It is the night before the triple banner drops, and I just finished recording 3 videos for 3 different The Best series. So if you guys are looking forward to The Best DN, The Best Landy, and The Best FCC, those videos are actually already recorded and they will be out sometime this week. I'm also going to try and get a hold of a good Cerise to be able to show you guys as well. But yes, those videos are coming. But tonight, I have a fight from stream today. If you ever, by the way, if you are not following me on Twitch, I stream almost every night. Don't forget to follow me there at twitch.tv/fivefingershuffle. I will have the link in the description below. But this happened on stream today, and it was one of the crazier fights I've been a part of. I wish I could play the actual audio for you, but unfortunately, it's copywritten, so I'm gonna have to voice over it. But it's pretty crazy. A roller coaster of emotions. I thought I won. I thought I lost. Let's just jump right over into the fight. So I did set this to 2 times speed for the draft, and I'll slow it down once we get into the fight. So I first pick, we're facing Soranku. At the time, I didn't know he was in stream, but apparently he was. Found out afterward. Basically, setting the stage here, when Poly first came out, we did a bunch of testing. So we dropped down from rank 70 legend down to like rank 3 or 400 during testing. And I've been busy climbing back up. So at the time of this fight, we're like rank like 125. Like we're just barely outside of legend. So we're trying to push back in. Sorenku is doing the same thing. I don't know if he's coming down or going up, but um, we happen to match up against each other here. He goes with Last Rider Crow. I immediately counter with Landy. He immediately counters my Landy with Ravi. And that's a little bit of foreshadowing for this fight, um, as those two are kind of at the center of a lot of my fights, and turns out to be kind of an epic battle here. So he goes Rylet, also kind of into Landy, because my Landy, it happens here, my Landy isn't on Guiding Light like she normally is. She's on Proof of Valor, and he happened to be in stream, so he knew that. Um, so I decided to counter with Bizaria and Dion. So you can pretty safely assume Bizaria is going to get banned. Even before her buff, she's kind of an auto ban. Um, but now, especially, people are just scared of her. So I'm pretty much guaranteeing that she's going to get let through here. He last picked Cerise, so we ban that before even thinking. She gets the quick ban. It's funny now looking back at it, because now I can tell he was watching stream because he waited the clock all the way down, but then still banned the Bizaria anyway. So let's turn the speed back to normal. So my DN is very fast. She's about 250, 251 speed, I believe. So she goes first, puts up anti-crit, which is super important because that Rylet is going right after, and would have been able to just empty his skill 3 into my Landy here. It turns out he does go into Landy anyway, but he misses his crit. So having fast DN saved us a huge amount of damage there. Now I can follow up with Valencia. We do our skill 3, we miss into the Rylet, unfortunately. Only 30% chance to land on him, so was kind of hoping to get lucky there. We did, however, strip the Crow, which is important because he's going next, and we can use our Fire Cecilia into the Crow, provoke the Crow, and prevent him from using his skill 3 on us. It's the only one we land, but there's a Ravi counter number 1. Keep that in mind. She then gets her turn. She crits into Landy. There's a team up. He teams up into her as well. Strips the anti-crit, but nothing too important on the Cecilia there. He decides to go with the defense buff here. So now it's Landy's turn. We get to skill 3. We do ignore defense here, and we have attack buff, so it's kind of nice. We get some decent damage. Unfortunately, we're going into 1 evasion unit and 2 fire units, which didn't work out overly well for Landy here. Thankfully, also, she can't get countered by Ravi with her skill 3, which is nice. So go into this. We do get a crit on the Ravi and the Crow. Unfortunately, with the shields, it really doesn't do all that much. Also, it's only her first attack, so she only has... She had no stacks at the time, out of the 3 possible ones. We go ahead, put up the shield there. Now I have to decide what to do with Valencia. Again, another nature unit into an evasion unit and 2 fire units. Kind of lost this draft, I think. Really, all I'm worried about, though, is trying to kill the Crow and the Rylet. If I can kill the Crow and the Rylet, I'm pretty confident that I can 4v2 the other 2. We do get a team up there into his Crow, which is very important because it gives us enough stacks to be able to skill 3 here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to skill 3. We would have had to skill 1 into him. So we get another skill 3. Unfortunately, this time, we still don't crit on Ryla, and we don't crit on Raz. We do crit on Ravi, but it puts her in Scythe range. She's on Scythe, which is actually going to increase her damage, which is... I kind of wish it wouldn't have crit there. Would have done us better. Unfortunately, we try and kill the Crow. That does not kill Crow. Rylet goes, gets the blind on the landing, and now Crow, who was provoked on turn 1, can now use his skill 3. He skill 3s for fixed damage into Landy again, getting her down to almost half health. Now he can burn into the Raz. The Raz teams up with the Ravi, who team up stuns and crits through anti-crit, plus the Scythe proc to heal. Now into her skill 3, she crits again through anti-crit, and that's going to kill the Ravi, or kill the Landy, I mean. So, very lucky sequence there to go defense break, double crit from the Ravi. We try and kill the Crow again. It still doesn't work. Crow's still alive. And at this point, I was pretty much sure we were going to lose. I was like, you know what? Crow's still alive. We haven't crit Rylet yet. Ravi's at full health. We haven't crit Raz yet. We miss again here. We do crit the second time, but like literally nothing's gone right for us in this fight. We did crit the Ravi twice, but it didn't do anything because she was on Scythe and just healed back to full anyway. And now we happen to have no anti-crit up, and his Ryla gets a turn. He decides to go into the DN, which is fine by me because I don't really care if she gets blinded. I decide to hold on to my souls here in case we need them later. I figure if we're going to win, we're going to need them later. Otherwise, we're going to lose either way. So I decide not to burn in the DN. We do our skill 3, put up anti-crit. He did burn into the Raz last time, so he can burn into it again, and we don't have immunity here. So he could potentially defense break if he wants to. He decides to burn into this. Doesn't defense break, but does get the team up stun for a second time now. So Alencia misses her turn again. We're back on DN again. I decide to skill 1 here because I'm pretty convinced that I can catch the rest of his team, and I don't think he can do enough damage while I have anti-crit up to hurt me. And I know she doesn't have her skill 3 yet. So she skill 1s. Well, thankfully, no stun this time. The Rylet skill 1s. Thankfully, no crit on that one. And the craziness is about to start getting underway. This was like a tame beginning, and I'm already out of breath. So Rylet is full stacks. I know we're going to have to hit him eventually to kill him. So here's our attempt. We miss for the 5th time on him now. But I want to miss with this skill so that when he counters into defense buff and he counters into anti-crit. And our strategy paid off. He doesn't crit into the anti-crit. If you were wondering, it's about a 17.5% chance to not crit on Rylet 5 times in a row. I feel like that happens all the time, but He goes into the team up this time, and he gets the defense break and the crit with Rylot into anti-crit. That getting the defense break and the crit there is very unlucky. Basically procs two 50% chances there to get it. And now she's as good as dead. Robbie's got her skill 3 again. We do manage to kill the Raz. And our Alencia just barely lives. And we do have our cleanse. This is a big cleanse here because we really want to get the defense buff. Thankfully we do. Or sorry, defense break. And that means Alencia is still alive. It's a huge cleanse there. The problem is now that if we hit Ravi, we're going to hit her twice because of Mind's Eye, and it's going to boost her twice. Or if we hit Rylot, it's going to hit him twice, and because we're blinded and he's got evasion, it's going to miss him twice and he's going to counter. I decide he's the lesser evil. We go into him twice. We miss both times. He counters again. We still have never crit on him. Luckily, it's getting late in the fight. He counters into our DN, who doesn't have anti-crit anymore, but she does have shield and defense buff, so she takes that like a champ. And now he has no more stacks, so he can finish him off here. And now we have our souls, and we can start burning into this. This is why I saved those souls earlier, was because now I can burn into her twice in a row, into this Ravi, because I knew if we got to this point, we were going to have a heck of a time killing that Ravi. And sure enough, very first turn, she crits through opposite element and anti-crit into our DN, almost killing the DN the very first turn. Not to mention she healed back to full. So we do use our skill 2 there. Thankfully, we burned into the turn before, otherwise we wouldn't have had it. We go ahead, S1 here, we get the lucky crit onto the Ravi this time and land the defense break. I have to do this into her, and I'm trying to extend the defense break, make it 2 turns. I land the defense break, but she counters, heals, and self-cleanses the defense break. So we had a 2-turn defense break there for a second, but her exclusive self-cleansed it. She didn't crit, so she didn't heal all that much. But it means that it's now her turn, and she can skill 3. Her skill 3 not only lands, but triple stuns, including the DN through anti-crit again. She gets another turn for her 3rd turn in a row, now has enough souls, can burn. She crits through anti-crit again into the Alencia, one-shotting the Alencia, and chat at this point in time is just, I told you Ravi was going to solo you. The whole time they were telling me Ravi was going to solo me, and it was game over. So I decided to go with my skill 3 here with the AoE provoke. Well, single target provoke in this situation. We don't crit. And we get countered again. And she crits again through anti-crit. And I'm full out raging at this point on stream. I decided to burn into our skill 3 here. The only reason I'm still in the fight is because I was mad that I was losing. But to be completely honest, I thought I lost. But non-stop crits from Ravi into anti-crit, and she countered every turn. She goes again, she crits again into Cecilia. I go for the defense break here. We don't land the defense break. We get countered again by Ravi. This is like 10 consecutive counters. Luckily, I did burn into the DN there, so I'm able to skill 3 again and just keep healing because we get countered every turn. We're actually lucky to be alive at this point. I go ahead with the skill 1. We get countered again. Thankfully, it missed, but the fact that she still keeps countering every turn is crazy. And because she countered so many times, she's back on her skill 3. Thankfully, no crit here. It does keep our Cecilia alive. We go with skill 1 again. We don't defense break again. Again, we get countered. Somehow, I have no idea how we're still alive at this point, but I've literally lost track of how many times in a row we've been countered. We go ahead with our final heal here. We're out of heals at this point. I go into her again. We finally defense break, and she finally doesn't counter. She goes with skill 3, which she could have cleansed there, but instead went with her skill 3. She double crit through anti-crit, and one of them was opposite element. But she's still defense broken. Our DN goes, takes one turn, laps, gets another turn. If we crit, we are able to kill this Ravi because of that clutch defense break. We manage to land the crit, get 5k damage at Frenzy 7, and we take home the win via DN. I was so mad, but we ended up winning the fight. I literally was like, Sarenku, I'm very sorry, but I feel like I deserved that win, so I don't feel bad for potentially swearing at you at some point in time. And then I found out he was in stream at that point in time. Uh, Pretty ridiculous fight there, pretty crazy finish. The way it worked out was we land that Cecilia defense break and didn't get countered, and then he happened to have his skill 3 available. He decided to skill 3, which kind of looks like it potentially is a mistake in the end, because he could have skill 1. If he would have skill 1, he could have cleansed with his exclusive, but you can't argue with the result. He decided to skill 3, he crit both of them, killed the Cecilia, and almost killed the DN. But he didn't cleanse that defense break, and because the Cecilia died, if Cecilia would have lived, he still would have won. But because the Cecilia died, my DN got to go twice instead of it being DN and then Cecilia boosting her. But my DN got to go twice. She happened to crit on the second one, and that's all she wrote. So, pretty insane fight there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys ever have any insane fights like that, I would love to see them. Maybe we can feature them on the channel. Just send them to me on Discord if you want. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, a reminder, I do have the best videos coming out for all the banners coming up. So all 3 of the limited units and the FCC. I'm going to be doing videos for all of them, so stay tuned for that. Again, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now, guys.